In simple words, is a vodcast or video podcast from myself, Andrea Vinci. This series is about technical marketing. All right, welcome to this second episode related to technical marketing. Last time we spoke about the need to have your role recognized and established in the company. And the only way to do that is to get recognized as a skilled, proficient professional by other stakeholders. This means proving you can master product design, product management, marketing, the sales aspects as well. And in each episode of this podcast, we will expand all these. Now, starting from product management and product design, usually the product manager is the person requested to bridge the complexity between the technicalities of the product design to the rest of the audience in the company. The lexicon they've been using for decades to do that is based on product features. Product features are the building blocks. So listing all the features of the product and where they are better than competitors. But during the past 10 years, different principles took over and companies adopting a problem-solving mindset, meaning that instead of talking about features of products, they prefer to talk about solutions to problems. Several books helped me to get a deeper understanding of this and do practical exercises. The Design Thinking Playbook was one, but I would recommend this only at the end when you are proficient and you want just to connect the dots. The two books to start from instead, that I really read a lot, are both from Wiley, and they are number one, Product Roadmaps Relaunched, and the other one is Mapping Experiences. These books are actually suitable for product designers and product managers as well. The first one is a pragmatic guide to shape communications around solution by adopting a strict framework of rules, but the one I used the most was Mapping Experiences. Really a book for product managers in the sense that it helps to understand business goals, adopting the perspective of the end customer, focusing on the why you are actually designing the product the way it is. Then this other book, Bad Business Aware Design, from an Italian editor, Sefirot, is more than a book, it's a practical tool with cards, covering all aspects from the practical design topic, covering all aspects from the practical design topics of usability and features to support, to business modeling. So the business positioning and the strategy to sell the product into the market. This great book, divides activity into four main groups, focusing on the aspects of respectively design process, user analysis, competitive analysis, and business model analysis. You can iterate these framework rules over and over again, going deeper in each of these aspects, and at the end, what you get is a standard document reporting all the typical information that you usually struggle to get from product design and product management. Let's make a practical example in a real problem-solving approach where you focus on solutions rather than product boxes. Where you start from is from the end user context, needs and pain points, referring all the solution features to specific problems, specific issues that the customer has, and that you get after having analyzed deeply the customer problems. This is the same process that product designers should have used when writing down the list of product requirements. So you as a technical marketing manager need to elaborate this information and squeeze out of it the real unique value proposition in order to shape the message according to it and according to the go-to-market strategy that you need to define in a competitive context. Also, you do not release products purely to solve customer problems or for helping customers to ease their pain points. You have business goals that are set by the company as part of a much broader strategy, and you must be aware of this strategy. Now, these aspects, for some reasons, are only known by the product manager or the program manager, who instead of sharing what's really the business goal behind the product launch, they just share some business revenue KPIs that needs to be achieved. But maybe getting more orders is not the unique final goal. Yes, you want to increase sales, I suppose, but maybe you also want to penetrate some specific customers in some specific market where you're not present. Maybe you are doing this to associate your brand to some specific technology wave, which is becoming preeminent. Maybe you want to see if your product can replace other products from competition or even from your own portfolio that you want to discontinue, and so forth. Now, the business aspects, all the business goals must be openly shared with all the stakeholders. Otherwise, you must find them, because without them, you will struggle to make sense of all the asks that you get. Business metrics, tactical actions to take, they will appear meaningless if you don't understand the big picture. If you don't understand the business model, you cannot clearly analyze the strengths and weaknesses in a fast-changing competitive scenario, which has constantly and steadily evolved since the product was initially dreamed. Only when all these aspects are clear, you can start developing your technical marketing plan and align it to the right strategic moves that are expected to achieve the real expected goals. So you can judge whether the usual KPIs associated to product success make sense also for your product or needs to be adjusted. So in a nutshell, forget those people pretending you dive into a complex context by simply having a look at the website, reading some slides or the datasheet of the product. Some say, hey, try to get familiar with the product by playing with it for 2 or 3 days. This is really a waste of time. This is useless. Defining a product marketing strategy is a very serious thing and won't come out from a quick intro. You must be involved and clearly explained what was the journey for product design and product management to develop the product the way it is, where they started from, what was their vision, their observations of the customer problems, and why they took a certain direction to develop the product rather than another one. So in the end, you can speak the same language of product design and product management. And this won't come from reading any dry document. In the next episode, we will look at the pure marketeers, the communication guy, the digital marketing guys, what they expect from you and how to deal with them without being overwhelmed. Be well, take care of yourself and each other. In simple words, is a video podcast written and delivered by myself, Andrea Vinci. The thoughts and opinions expressed are solely my own and do not reflect those of my employer. The sources used are reported in the episode summary.